bow to all the seekers of truth. Today, in these modern times, we are face to face with lots of complicated problems, lots of shocks that are awaiting us. And then we look back to understand why have we failed? What has gone wrong with all of us? Whatever way the human beings have moved, in whatever direction they have tried to achieve something, the whole thing has recoiled on the whole humanity and has destroyed it. One must stop at this point and witness the reason, the basic reason what mistake we have committed. We talk of love, we talk of peace, world peace, but the peace is not in your hearts. Peace is not within. You are in a turmoil. And how can you bring forth peace all over? If the sea is full of waves which are in a turmoil, how do you expect the boat to be steady? The reason is we are not trying to find out what's wrong with us, but we are all the time trying to find out what's wrong with others. But who is the other? We are all part and parcel of one great world. God has not created many countries. He never knew about these things. He'll be surprised if he visits this world. He'll be surprised the way we have divided ourselves into countries, and from one country to another country, you move like a criminal with a passport number. This idea of love is not love. This conception, the mental projection that we call love is not love at all. The love is something which is a power. A power that is looking after us. The power that is guiding us. The power that has nourished us, has brought us to this level. We, in our ego, human beings, think that, oh, we have done this, we have done that. You have done nothing. You can't even create a blade of grass. You cannot. Can you? You cannot create anything that is living. Then why say that we have done this, we have done that? You have done nothing, but you have created all kinds of devils out of your cocoons and put them on top of your heads. First, let us be humble about it, then we can understand what is love of God. Love of God is a power. It's an all-pervading power. It's the subtle power which resides in all the elements, in all the molecules, in all the atoms. The vibrations that you see, say, in a sulfur dioxide, when you see the isometric movement of the atoms, then know it is the love of God which is working it out. Now, it is easy to say there is no love of God, but this is not a very scientific way of looking at things. If you are scientific minded, then you have to understand this is a hypothesis which I am putting before you. And if it is not proved, then you can deny. Up till now, I would have accepted that you said there is no God, but that also is not scientific, because you have not seen yet. You have not gone into that direction. You have not tried to find it out. How can you say there is no God? Only because in your small little brain, you have conceived an idea that there is no God. So secondly, you have to have an open mind to understand God's love. A very open mind. Open mind, like a student who goes to the university, doesn't challenge a professor, but sits down to listen, to find out what the professor has to teach. Thirdly, we must understand that we know very little, very little wee bit. We are using a very wee bit of our brain to understand anything. So whatever so-called knowledge we have got is absolute limited knowledge. Maybe it is just ignorance or maybe something mythical. Let us keep it as a hypothesis. Now I say that there is God, and I say that His love is all pervading. All the great saints, incarnations, prophets, all the great religions have said this. I am not saying it for the first time. I am only here to prove that they have said it is the truth, and you can find out whether it is the truth or not. But you should be the seekers of truths and not just intellectuals or some sort of argumentative personalities. Try to understand that at human level, you have not been able to discover that great power of love. It's a fact, must accept. You have not been able to feel God so far. Oh, you might have read a lot, but you have had no experience of God. You have never felt His love. Then one must know that we have been ignorant. The darkness of ignorance has been on us, and in darkness we are hitting each other. We have no idea as to how we are related to each other. It's a crazy world we are creating today because of this darkness. This darkness has to go away, and for that the light of God's love has to come. Now the question could be, how can we know God? Because as it is, we are like a cocoon. We have taken out all these threads of the cocoon, put them round us, and everybody thinks that they have produced some sort of a novel ideology or a philosophy which will solve all the problems of the world. It has not. It has created more complications, and more complications. Let us face it. How to get out of this cocoon is the problem today. And to get out of this cocoon, what should we do? Normally, as human beings, we always think that by doing something only we achieve the results. But this is the other way around. When we became human beings from amoeba stage, what did we do? From monkeys to human beings, what did we do? We didn't do anything, did we? But there was some internal force that has brought forth this evolution. Now, when something has happened without our effort, then it must be something unique. But it is nothing, every day we see it. For example, a flower becomes a fruit. You see it every day and you accept it. You never challenge how it has become suddenly the flower becoming a fruit, because it's a living process. So the living process of the living God comes from His love, which is living. Dead gods I am not talking about, which we have made out of our own brains. But real God, the reality itself, which is not created by you, He has created us. When He has created us, we cannot put in effort to know Him. He has to put in effort for us to know Him. So He has put in all the efforts within yourself. Very beautiful. in the different stages of your evolution, He has developed within you a mechanism, a beautiful living mechanism, which has given you the stage up to which you have come as human beings, and also the possibility of becoming a higher being through that mechanism. Now, if you want to know through science, you cannot. By all human efforts, whatever you try is the knowledge of the tree. But if you have to have the knowledge of the roots, you have to become a subtler personality to get to it. Even to become that, God has made all beautiful arrangements within us. In the West, I would say, on the scientific field, Jung reached quite near it, but he made little mistakes because he didn't have a mother to tell him, perhaps. So he made a very big mistake by saying that the unconscious is below the subconscious mind, and then is the conscious mind, जिसे कि हम सुप्त चेतन कहते हैं, जो कि साक्षात कुंडलिनी है. This Kundalini, according to him, was placed under the layers of these minds. God is a great creator and a planner. Supposing you have to enter into an airport and there are piles of luggage, one after another, everything piled one after another like that, how will you reach? There has to be a path. So this argument of his has failed him completely. But actually it is not placed one on top of another, but on parallel sides. On the left-hand side and the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we have the subconscious, the present subconscious, this life subconscious, many lives subconscious, and then the collective subconscious. On the right-hand side, we have got supraconscious, the present one, this lives, then of many lives, and then last of all is the collective supraconscious. Now the supraconscious means the futuristic ideas of people. So we have two types of people already. One are which are left-sided, which live with their past. One which are right-sided, which live with the future. We can say in India, we are the people we live more with the past. We'll talk of Shivaji, but what about today? Can we produce someone like him? We talk of Nanaka. Can we produce anyone like him? We talk of Kabira. Can we produce anyone like him? With all this nonsense that is going on, can we produce even one like them? We cannot. So no use talking about them. Better see what you can do today in the present. So in the present is the central path, which we call in the Sanskrit language as Mahalakshmis. This central path is the evolutionary path of human beings. And thus, all the centers that are created within us are the different stages in which a human being has gone through. For example, the first one, which is called as the Muladhara, which you see there, is the one that starts with carbon. With the carbon coming into the evolutionary process, amino acids were formed, life took its own existence, and life started growing. So basically, we have started from that stage going higher, 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 till now we have come to the human stage. And last is this chakra, which we call in the medical science as limbic area, Sahasrara. The end of it is called as the Brahmarandra, is the fontanelle bone area in the medical terminology. And this is a soft bone in childhood, which gets covered up because of the two institutions growing into us of ego and superego. When the Kundalini rises through these centers, she pierces through this seventh center, and you get that higher awareness, which we call as yogis or Sahaj yogis. These days there are so many types of yogis moving. That's why we call it Sahaj yogis, but all real yogis are Sahaj yogis. It is a spontaneous happening because it's a living process. Living process is a spontaneous happening. Once people asked Ramadasa, how much time does it take for Kundalini to rise? He said, Takshana, that moment. Guru Nanak has said, Sahaja Samadhi Lav. Sahaja Samadhi Lav. He has described Sahaja Samadhi Lav clearly. What more he should say? Kabira has said, Ida Pingala Sukhamana Nadire. They all have described the same thing. In the Bible it is written, I will appear before you like tongues of flames. No one can explain what does that mean. Christ has said, I will come back as a comforter, as a Holy Ghost. If you ask somebody who is the Holy Ghost, they'll say, we don't know. That's a mystery. Everything is a mystery, then what's the use of having such a mysterious ideas? Why do you accept anything that is mysterious? Holy Ghost is nothing but is the Kundalini within you. She is the reflection of the primordial mother who is within you in the triangular bone. She is kept there all the time. That's the power which is what we call is the power of Shuddha Ichcha, pure desire, pure desire. What is the pure desire we have? Is that we have to become one with this all-pervading power. This is the pure desire. All other desires come and go. May God bless you.